Yeah, the fact that you guys have your own in-house print company is a pretty big competitive advantage.
Yeah, it is huge, isn't
The
it?
term times with everything that you guys were able to do with that, and it's just...
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Break It Down with Braydon. Super excited. I got Julie Jarmiolowski on here today. Thanks for joining me, Julie.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for coming.
Yay.
Julie is with the K Grant Group out at My Home Group.
Yeah.
And been in real estate for a while, and I've had the privilege of working with the K Grant Group and Julie for, I think, 4 or 5 years now, something like that.
Exactly. I've been with K Grant for 4 years. I was their first, I don't even know what to call me, their first 1099, their first realtor that they brought on board.
Yeah. And it's been incredible to kind of watch you guys grow and what you guys have done with that whole thing.
It is amazing,
it's been
isn't
impressive,
it?
yeah.
I think we started with adding me on, and then we added a TC and kind of a techie guy.
Yep.
And now we're at 16 agents. Can you believe it?
It's crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell everybody a little bit about the team, a little bit about yourself. Just give them a little bit of background.
Okay. My background prior to going into real estate was I owned a staffing business with 9 locations up in the Seattle area. And I did that for about 30 years and decided I was sick and tired of all that rain and moved down here and wanted to do something different, married those skills that I had, and took off on real estate just as a lark, honestly. But it has been the most fun. And I met Andrea at another brokerage, and she and I just hit it off together, and it's been life transforming. She's just fabulous. And as we grow with the team, and like I said, 16 of us now, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And we cover pretty much all of Maricopa County. All of us live in different areas, and so we're able to
Kind of adhere to whatever.
help out everywhere. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How is your team unique to others?
Probably the intensity of the team, right? Everybody is in the office all the time.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that makes us a little bit different, I think different, again, I've only worked for 2 brokerages, but a lot of brokerages tell you that they give you leads, right?
Mm-hmm.
K Grant actually does. There are actually times in our brokerage where we have to say, time out. I don't need any more leads. Can you cut off the flow for a minute? Because we're getting so many.
Yeah.
Their commitment to us is to give us 1 lead a day. And I'm a little bit different in that I moved here not knowing a single solitary soul.
Yeah.
And so I make my living off of the K Grant leads. And I did over 35 million last year just with those leads.
Yeah.
So
that's
they're
phenomenal.
They're high quality leads, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, and like someone jumping into real estate that doesn't have the database here, that doesn't know, a huge referral network, how else do you get started?
In the first brokerage that I worked at, their advice to me was go knock on doors and dial for dollars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I like the, we focus a little bit more on relationship sales, and this lead source that we have gives us that ability because you're constantly nurturing those leads and developing relationships with them.
Yep.
And it's so positive.
Yeah, I think I've had the privilege of meeting one of your clients where you've helped them with the sale or buy side of like 6 or 7 different transactions.
Exactly.
Exactly. And that I think was a lead from that system.
It definitely was. It definitely was. And she and I are friends now, friends for life, I think. And like you said, we've done quite a few transactions. Yeah. And there are quite a few of us in the group that have that experience. Yep. So it's just not a one-off. Yeah.
So obviously you've had a lot of success.
Yes.
And you're starting a new kind of team, if not a new team, but a new division.
Division within our group.
Tell everybody about that new luxury division you're creating.
Okay. This is in its infancy, so it will be developing. It is the luxury group, so we're going to be K Grant Luxury.
Yep.
And my grandma would say that I'm getting a little bit too big for my britches, but it really isn't that. What it really is that there were a handful of us that decided that we wanted to up our game, right? And in upping our game, how do we provide a higher level service to our clientele across the board? And so what we're doing is we're learning more about what the luxury client wants and needs, and their needs are different.
Yeah.
They have different estate planning needs, different attorney needs, different home type needs. And we're able to take that same level of service that they expect and give it to our clients regardless of the level of home that they're looking for. And so I think that it's going to lift our entire company up by being able to provide really exclusive concierge-type services. Yeah, we're super excited about it.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I know you guys have been doing a lot of going to all the luxury tours now and really ingraining yourselves in that luxury market. And you've got the clientele that has it. So it's
we do.
It makes it easy. Yeah.
We do. And I think all of the clients are going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
They're going to enjoy that little extra bit of service. Working in this industry, that everybody wants to believe and to know that they're your only client that you ever think about.
Yep.
Right? And this level of service that we're focusing on enables us to give that to every single client that we work with.
Yeah.
And it is exciting.
Well, and I think that's what's impressive with the K Grant Group and yourself and what you guys have done with that is you guys have created systems that allow you to provide that, and the systems that you have in place allow you to not have to recreate the wheel every time.
Exactly.
And so that you guys know, okay, this is what we're going to provide to this client. Here's our steps, and it's just a system. And so it's pretty awesome.
Makes it kind of flawless.
It does.
I hate to say flawless because then something's going to happen, but it really does make it, I know, it really does make it so much more simple to focus on the individuals that you're working with.
Yep.
Because all this other stuff is being handled in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Talk about some of the other back-end stuff that is kind of handled for you guys.
So we have several TCs that, of course, manage all of the paperwork piece of it for us. They also follow up with our clients. When we start working with a client, part of the beginning dialogue with those clients is an introduction of all the team members, so that when one of our TCs or my assistant or anyone else on the team reaches out to you, even though you've been going and seeing homes with me or we've been talking about listing your home, you're not surprised by that. And it allows a little bit of transparency to be able to have, 8 people working for you all the time. What it does is it makes me look really good because a lot of times I get the credit for all the things that are happening back here. But we have an IT department, right? We have a sister company that prints postcards, and not just postcards, all of our showing books, our open house books that we have, any of the collateral material is produced at such a high level.
Yeah, the fact that you guys have your own in-house print company is a pretty big competitive advantage.
Yeah, it is huge, isn't it?
The term times with everything that you guys are able to do with that, and it's just...
And being able to do... Wise Pelican offers us the ability even to send one postcard at a time, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like you have to...
chatting with you or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for... Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Then I have an assistant who is making sure that everything just is like clockwork. Andrea and Jeff never, ever, ever, and they're our founders, they never miss a beat. And they're always there making sure that we have the best of everything because that's what our clients need. Yeah, it's wonderful.
I always describe them as she's like one of the sweetest girls that ladies I've ever met, and he is one of the most intellectually smartest people I've ever met. And they're just a powerhouse.
Dynamic duo. Oh my gosh, they are.
It's pretty impressive what they've created. It's cool. Big question everyone's getting asked right now is where do you see this market going? Yeah, right.
Has anyone really given you an answer?
No, not really. Everyone just kind of beats around the bush a little bit, but
it's interesting that I think the media is doing such a great job of scaring the bejesus out of everybody.
Yes, they are.
That it's stagnating a little bit.
Yep.
30 days ago, it seems like a lifetime. It's so different today. I mean, 30 days ago, we had 4,500 listings on the MLS, and today we've got 14,000.
Right. Holy
cow.
Yeah.
And so I think that a lot of buyers are unsure. Do we go forward? I am blessed in that I don't watch television, so I have no idea what they're saying. But a lot of people do. And so they're hearing that we're going to go into a recession. There's going to be a bubble. All of these negative things.
Yep.
And I think people just don't know where to go. The bottom line for us here in Arizona, though, is that the EDC says that we have 325 people a day moving into Maricopa.
Yep.
And 200, I think the statistic that I read was 260 jobs a day that's pulling those folks in, right?
Yeah.
They've got to have some place to live,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So while the rest of the United States may be having problems, I don't know that they are or they aren't, but Arizona is going to be rock'em sock'em.
Yeah.
We do have a phenomenon, and we've had it forever, and that we have a summer lull typically.
Yep.
COVID allowed us not to have that for the last 2 years, and so we're all like, whoa, wait a minute, what's happening here?
Weird.
Yeah. And then we're like, oh, yeah, that used to...
That's right. People leave town in June, July, and August.
They do. But we anticipate seeing the market come back up with activity towards the end of July, because you've got kids that need to go to school. People are coming in because of their jobs, getting their families ready to hit the fall season. We have a terrific phenomenon here with the snowbirds wanting to come back.
Yep.
And so come the end of July, beginning of August, they start thinking about they've got to get their place because October's coming, right?
Yep. All the events that we have.
Oh, my gosh. We've got Super Bowl this year, right?
Right.
Everybody's so excited about that. So
that's going to be awesome.
It will be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super Bowl and waste management again. That's always quite the combo.
And everything's active again, right?
Yep.
We've had a couple of years of everything not being active. And I think spring training is going to be in full swing next year. We've got the Arabian Horse Show that comes in January.
Yep, Barrett Jackson.
Oh, Barrett Jackson.
Everything.
All of the car shows are going to be back, I think, this next year. So it ought to be quite the season.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Switching topics a little bit, I know that you and Stanley are big foodies.
We are.
What are some of your favorite hotspots right now?
For an elegant evening out, our favorite one is Monarch.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite the experience.
Yes, it is.
You have to not eat for several weeks prior to going because it is way over the top.
They like their food there, that's for sure.
Their food is wonderful. They've got a terrific wine list, and the service is off the charts.
Yep.
My day in, day out favorite is a chain restaurant called Hillstone.
Okay. Yep.
In Phoenix. And what else do we like? We seem to eat out quite a bit. We like Steak 44. That's always kind of a staple, and it's just down the street, so it's easy. Buck and Riders for oysters.
I love
and
Buck
it just
and
depends
Rider.
on the...
I think that's the best seafood place in town.
Oh, my gosh, by far.
Yeah.
By far, yeah. And they bring in, I think, we love oysters. So I think they bring in 6 a day.
Yeah.
And so you've got lots of variety. And
yeah, I love that little wall
ticker tape board.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty cool.
Is that like from a train station?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just really, it's just a cool atmosphere. It's just a good experience there.
It is.
I like the vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And their patio is fantastic.
It is really cool, yeah.
Yeah.
They got that cool fireplace.
Maybe not
and the
so much
misters.
now,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's a little warm right this second. But
I sat out there like a month ago, actually, because it was the only spot that they had was outside dining. It was a little brutal.
Yeah, well, they've got those misters that make it a little bit better, but it's still warm.
Yep. What other things do you got coming up? What's on the horizon for the K Grant Group?
K Grant Group is continuing to grow.
Yep.
So we're looking to add on another 8 to 10 agents this year.
Okay.
And it's interesting, and I don't know if you see this in the industry, but a lot of times when you're looking at different agencies, it's a body.
Yep.
Right? And it's a number.
Yep.
And
they don't care because
they
it's
don't-
just another person. If they
Yep.
do deals, great. If they don't, who cares?
yeah, right. No skin off their nose, right?
Yep.
Andrea and Jeff are so different about that. That they believe that they've created this family. And honestly, we do all, we all kind of behave like family.
Yep.
Good or bad. And they do painstakingly interview.
Yeah.
Right. And they make sure that the candidates meet with all of us and that the candidates feel like they're going to fit in with us and that we're going to be able to give them the tools that they need to be successful. And so it's a little bit more arduous of a process.
Yeah.
But the success rate is so great. So we're continuing working on that.
Well, like you said earlier, there's so much lead flow that you guys have to where
my
like,
gosh.
you can bring on those people. It's not
We
like
can.
It's not like you don't have the capacity to do that.
Right.
It's like
It's
literally
not
like
a
floodgate that you
sacrifice.
turn on and off.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It is just amazing. And we implemented a mentee program a couple of years ago,
Yep.
and I had the mentee program. And a new person coming on to our team will spend a year with me.
Yep.
And it doesn't mean that they have to be joined to my hip or anything, but I'm their support. Questions,
Yeah.
whatever they have. I go on first sales calls. I go on first showings, first open houses. I do all of that with them to make sure they have that foundation. In the real estate industry, I don't even know what the number is anymore. The last I heard, it was like over 80,000 agents here in
82.
82. Oh
Yep.
my gosh. See, it continues to grow.
Now, how many of those are actually working?
I think the statistic is like,
Maybe 8,200.
yeah.
Yeah. Do the 10%.
Yeah.
80, 20, everything, whatever.
Like 10% would be full-time agents would be a good number probably.
Yeah.
But that's still a lot of agents out there, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so we want to make sure that they have the foundation that they need.
Yeah.
And a lot of times these agents are going out there and they're joining a group, but the group doesn't have the structure or the wherewithal to train them and make them successful.
Yeah.
Right. And so they flounder and then they decide, well, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I need to go get another job. And they leave the industry. And so that's why our turnover in the industry is so high.
Yep.
So this mentee program ensures that you don't fall on your face.
Well, I think it's extremely valuable that you're willing to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Because you obviously have had the success and you know what you're doing now to where you can really provide that value to help them get going. So it's huge.
It is huge. It is huge. And again, we circle back again to the tools that are provided to us by K Grant.
Yep.
And I just can't fathom somebody coming onto our team and not knocking it out of the park.
Yep.
It's just incredible.
They just jump into the system.
That's it, right?
Right.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Julie, thank you so much for joining me today. For everyone that wants to get a hold of you, how can they reach you?
My email is julie@kgrant.com, k-grant.com, and my number is 602-663-5256.
Love it.
Or you can call Braydon. He knows how to find me.
Yeah. Thank you so much again, Julie.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.
Bye.
Thanks again for sticking around for another episode of Break It Down with Braydon. Stick around for more to come. Thanks, guys.